Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
The Breakers haven't had the start they were after. Injuries and a few close losses see them sitting near the bottom. But after a win on Thursday night against Tassie, their luck may have turned. And will PJC propel the Breakers to their second straight win? The Hawks, on the other hand, have turned a page after a disappointing start to NBL24. And new interim coach Justin Tatum and the boys look to start their new chapter with a winner spark. It's the Hawks and the Breakers, and it's just moments away. Welcome to Indigenous Round. It is round 8 as we kickstart a doubleheader in Auckland, which has cleared out today. It was gloomy this morning, but the sun is shining tonight, and hopefully it is hot in here as well as the Breakers take on the Hawks. Crowd is building awfully nicely. Apparently it's close to a sellout here tonight, and these crowds will be looking for a back-to-back win from the Breakers. I'm Brooke Rusco, joined by Casey Frank here this afternoon. And Case, it was a big must-win game for the Breakers the other night.
Huge win against a quality team on the road, exactly what this Breakers franchise needed to kickstart their season and start getting things going in the right direction. And then some bad news comes their way, pushes them back a bit, but this is a focused squad that thinks they have the tools to overcome some of the injuries they've seen.
Well, one thing they are going to have to focus on tonight is going to be a big part of this ball game is rebounding.
Yeah, absolutely. The Illawarra Hawks, the #1 offensive rebounding team in the league. The Breakers have struggled against that, giving up the 7th worst points per shot against offensive rebounds. They have to clean that up against a talented front line against the Hawks.
Well, one thing Breakers fans did not want to see is that man, Will McDowell-White, on crutches. And Courtney has a little bit more to tell us about that.
That's right, kia ora team, it's great to be here. The crowd is absolutely buzzing. It is sold out. They are loud and they are ready. So are the Breakers. I saw them when they arrived. Confidence is high after their win on Thursday night over the Jack Jumpers. They want to keep this momentum going. They want another win before heading into that fever break. Now, you mentioned Will McDowell-White. The bad news out of that night on that game on Thursday night is that he did suffer a fracture to his fibula. He's out for at least 6 weeks. He's here, he's at the court, but he's on crutches. Expecting a big match from Leafa tonight. He had 5 steals against the Jack Jumpers, so I'll be keeping my eye closely on him.
Yeah, big loss for the Breakers, and Isaiah Leafa is going to have to be huge tonight. But one person who has been huge all year long, not in stature, but is Jackson Parker-Cartwright. We'll get to him in a moment. But first of all, let's take a look at this ladder right here. And the game that is coming up next, United and Kings, is going to be huge. But the Jack Jumpers doing what they've been doing, and the Wildcats have found some rhythm.
They certainly have, but it's all about this one right now. The Breakers and the Hawks sitting on the bottom of the table. Hawks hoping to get that win, pull even. The Breakers trying to claw their way into that top 6.
Well, Case, run us through this one next. Obviously, United and Kings are at the top of the table. That is going to be one you want to wait and watch for.
Class of the league right now, United are playing as well as anyone, have excellent depth, and that Kings squad is trying to build back and go three-peat for the first time in a while. Doing well, led by Jalen Adams.
Well, I jumped the gun a little bit earlier, but it is time to talk about him now. Parker Jackson Cartwright, who is small in stature, but he can fill it up, and he is a certified bucket.
Huge offensively for this team. Sometimes defensively can get picked on, but when he pushes the ball like he did in that 4th quarter against Tasmania to get to that stat line, this is a different offensive team. They love it in transition with the balls in his hands.
Well, the other team that love the ball in his hand is Justin Robinson, and he has to get big tonight if they want to walk away with this dub.
And he's a player I think the Hawks are hoping is going to find a little bit of reinvigoration with a new coaching staff. Is he going to be able to find a little bit of rhythm from deep? He hasn't been shooting the ball well, just 26% from deep. Got to get those legs under the shot. If he becomes a threat in that mid-30s range from behind the arc, completely changes the complexion of their offense.
Case, we are moments away from tip-off. Mouse, it's almost showtime.
Yeah, kia ora te whānau. Welcome along. Spark Arena in Tamaki Makaurau, downtown. Starting 5, Tom Abercrombie gets the call up. And he has Parker Jackson Cartwright, Isaiah Leafa alongside him on the perimeter. Anthony Lamb and Mango Matiang. And for the visiting Illawarra Hawks, Tyler Harvey, Justin Robinson, Gary Clark, all in some sort of form, but would like to be a lot better than they have been traveling as a unit. Mason Peatling and Sam Frolling in the middle. And this is may be the bottom of the table clash. These are two teams a lot of people were picking to get into the top 6. Still plenty of basketball to go under the bridge. Chris Reed, Damian Lyons, and Marty Davison are your referees for this game. Casey, this game last season in January was a heritage round, and Tyler Harvey, as you saw at the top of the broadcast, had the final say. No Will McDowell-White, there was no Barry Brown in that game for the Breakers. The Breakers this season are used to facing adversity when it comes to injuries.
Well, you mentioned that game last January. That was also the last time the Illawarra Hawks got a victory on the road. I don't think the Breakers like seeing them coming in different jerseys, heritage round, whatever it is. This is the team that finds itself a way to play well against the Breakers, especially Tyler Harvey loves playing against them.
We're underway. Parker Jackson Cartwright with the ball. Down to Lamb. Peatling. And Anthony Lamb on him. Gives it back. PJC goes baseline. They shadow him. Lamb for 3. Front of the rim. Abercrombie with the rebound.
Didn't get the bucket, but that's excellent awareness by Parker Jackson Cartwright, knowing where his players are.
Zali Alpha just a little strong. Peatling with the board.
Interesting to see how the Breakers come out in this first quarter. Hasn't been their strongest quarter of the season as Thomas Abercrombie runs into Peatling to get the foul there. They need to find a way to translate these excellent finishes and efficiency in the second quarter through the fourth quarter and bring that here to the opening of games. They continually find themselves in a bit of a hole and have struggled to dig their way out of it.
Robinson to Harvey. Frolling. Spins. PJC came over, disrupted that flow. Lamb lost the handle, taken away, a little sloppy for their third possession. And Robinson dropping it off. Peatling underneath, that is, he's taken out underneath him accidentally, and he will go to the foul line to shoot 2.
Well, there we see Lamb just losing track of the basketball. An unfortunate turnover there leads to the semi-transition opportunity as Justin Robinson uses some elevation to drop off that pass. And nice to see him get a little bit of hang time, of course, recovering from that knee injury a season ago. And it does take a long time to get yourself mentally and physically back from that. I think he's just on the cusp of just getting himself back to full strength and the level he can play at.
Peatling makes the second. Beware a wounded team. The Illawarra Hawks, they've been through turmoil. Jettison, their coach midweek. Becky Jackanas gone. Justin Tatum is coach. Mango Matiang, the former Hawk, gets it to go, and he'll hit the line to earn 3 the hard way.
Well, Matiang never really got an opportunity to explode off the ground. Was undercut, but it's Parker Jackson Cartwright drawing 2 defenders, finding Mango Matiang underneath the cut, who moves well, gets to the dots exactly where you should be, and with a nice soft touch, just gets it up on the rim for the finish. That's kind of half-court execution the Breakers need more of. Excellent in transition, one of the better transition teams in the league, but at times can get ground down in the half-court and not find those efficient shots.
Mango Matiang is a 78% foul shooter. Quiet at Spark. Converts the three-point play opportunity. Clark now giving it to Robinson.
There's that zone. The Breakers have come out early, and at times they can leave up shots out of that corner. Important for the Hawks to get their best shooters into that deep corner for the looks.
Clark for 3. Good closeout from Liafa. Better offense from Gary Clark.
When you got multiple perimeter shooters that you're fearful of, you have to rotate so quickly, and just a little late on that rotation to Gary Clark to give up the triple.
Jackson Cartwright fires it into the corner. Sloppy there from the Breakers. Thrown away positions early on here. Gary Clark just a 29% three-point shooter. And that bodes well for the Illawarra Hawks. Now just a 31% three-point shooting team, Casey.
At some point, it's got to come back to the mean, because these are good shooters. They're getting good looks. They're going to drop eventually, just like that night right there by Peatling to Tyler Harvey. Reversal of roles as Tyler Harvey gets the finish underneath off a nice dish and drive.
Turning the corner is Liafa looking for Lamb. Well covered by Harvey. Tyler Harvey all over Anthony Lamb under 5 to shoot now. Lamb for 3. Matiang on the rebound. Puts it up. Can't get it to go down. Too strong.
That's when he's got to go up and dunk. He went up for the soft finish, and that's what he got because of it.
Lamb chasing Clark. In the corner, it's Peatling. This is that 3. Parker Jackson Cartwright fighting for that rebound against Frawley. The Breakers have it, and then the physicality there, just too much from Justin Robinson.
Yeah, I think Justin Robinson actually expected a little bit more out of that screen. Instead, he went to power through it, ends up powering straight into Liafa. Excellent work on the defensive glass by Parker Jackson Cartwright there. So key against an excellent offensive rebounding team that the guards come back in and do their part. Can't just be the bigs against a team that leads the league in offensive rebounds per game, as do the Illawarra Hawks.
Swakala Bullock in the game for Harvey for the Hawks. Glidden at the scorer's table, ready to check in. And another ball thrown out of bounds. This time it was the Hawks wing that got it.
Well, lucky for the Breakers, would have been turnover number 3 in just 4 minutes. And not forced turnovers. These are turnovers the Breakers are inflicting upon themselves as Cam Glidden checks into the ball game, who has been shooting the ball amazingly well. The efficiency that he's found from deep in limited minutes this season is really a testament to his work rate and just staying ready at all times.
Jackson Cartwright, back of the iron. Swakala Bullock with the ball. Frawley looking for options, goes at his former teammate. Gives it to Justin Robinson underneath. That's nice from the big man.
The big men are hooking up the guards. Mason Peatling to Harvey earlier, and this time Frawley to Robinson, drawing multiple defenders and making the right read. Love to see it.
Jackson Cartwright stops on the pivot. And Peatling doing a good job on him. Lamb taking it. And again, another empty possession for the Breakers. This time it's Lamb's air ball.
But you like that shot if you're Coach Murray Moore. Lamb had the mismatch, got into the space where he wants to get, was in rhythm, just missed the shot, and sometimes you miss him, but not a good start for the Breakers. Down 6 because of the turnovers. Need to find a way to get a little bit of action going in transition. That's where they're at their best. Up to this point, too many shots going in for the Hawks for the Breakers to find anything on their own.
Liam Bales in the game. It's Bales who drops it off for Frawley, who gets the roll. Sam Frawley is doing the damage inside for the Illawarra Hawks, and that is a timeout called by Modi Mahor. That is just too easy for the Hawks.
Well, where's the intensity from the Breakers? Got a packed house, and they're coming out defensively a little placid. They're not aggressive. They're not enforcing their will on the ball handler. Instead, it's the Hawks deciding where they want to go, playing with a lot of freedom, and that's the kind of activity we expect them to play with.
Right. Casey caught up with Justin Tatum before the game to talk about his new job as head coach of the Illawarra Hawks.
Well, Coach, congratulations on getting the job in the midst of a difficult season, but coming in with a short time frame to make some changes. How are you hoping to imprint your mindset and your will on this team in a short amount of time?
I'm just coming back here and giving them a voice that they normally heard for the last 3 or 4 months as assistant coach, but I'm in a different position now, and I get a chance to push some buttons here and there and do some things my way. So the guys have accepted what my role has been in the short term, short stint, short notice, and I think I'm just come in and just be a different voice, a different person for them to play for.
And looking at the way the Hawks have been performing, not great efficiency on the offensive end. What are some things that you can help imprint that will help things on that side and get that scoreboard ticking over?
Just implement play more freely. Take the roboticness out of it and just go play your game. The reason why we recruited you and got you here. You guys do something very well and high efficiency in certain things. Get back to it. Get back to it and play free, and don't worry about making too many mistakes, but just go back out there and play your game.
Appreciate the time. Good luck today, Coach.
Justin Tatum's first time out as coach. What did you hear, Brooke?
Yeah, I was listening and he ain't lying at all. He said he loved the freedom that everybody's playing with at the moment. Great dribble penetration, fighting the bigs. All the guards in the dead low at the moment continue to just play your game. They've been on the wrong side of history, having lost 18 of the last 19 road games, but loves the start of this ball game.
Parker Jackson Cartwright. As the shot clock expired, out of that timeout, they get the bucket and will they get a turnover? Gary Clark controls it.
Already see a little bit more aggressiveness both on the offensive end and here defensively, playing with a little bit of panache that was missing the first 4 minutes.
Bales with the drive and the harm. The Wally Bales.
Parker Jackson Cartwright expected Bales to go to the on-ball. As we take another look at the shot, gets inside, is able to find some space on the fadeaway to tickle the twine. On the other side, just a strong drive straight at it. Jackson Cartwright caught unawares, and he heads to the bench with his second personal foul. That is a danger zone for a Breaker squad that suddenly finds itself without a lot of depth at that point guard position.
Well, he averages 4.2 fouls a game across the season, does Parker Jackson Cartwright. He sits with 2, Abercrombie back out there. Bales makes the foul shot, 14-5. Illawarra Hawks. Bales all over Liafa.
Hawks 5 for 7 from the field. They are just not affected by the Breakers defense yet in this one.
Glidden lets it fly and he hits it down. Cam Glidden with a 4-point play opportunity.
Look at this guy and the way he is shooting the basketball right now. It is just phenomenal. The way he has got his eye locked in. Few players in the league are shooting with the efficiency that he is finding. The Breakers have 7 players overall shooting over 60% as an effective field goal percentage, and Cam Glidden is one of them. Because he's coming off the bench, born ready. You know, he hasn't had consistent playing time. It's been up, it's been down, but for a short shooter, that first shot is the all-important one. He's got that one down. Look to him to play with a little bit of freedom moving forward.
Well, Cam Glidden has a career average of 2.6 threes made per game against Illawarra, the most against any opponent. I imagine when he was a Taipan, he had probably like 2.5 against the Breakers as Clark traveled with it, lost the handle. And the Breakers defense of Tom Abercrombie comes to the fore.
Probably a bit unfortunate on the travel. It looked like he had lost possession, that Tommy had knocked it out, so didn't actually move the feet while he had the ball going, but that's a result of the excellent defense by Thomas Abercrombie. Not as effective offensively as he'd like to be this year, but still a premier defender and really the key to the Breakers at the point of attack defensively.
Delaney in the game. Eight to shoot. Liafa looking for something. Isaiah Liafa pulled the trigger.
Well, just 2 seconds on the shot clock when he pushed that one out. Moore would like a little bit more execution, but a nice job by the Hawks of keeping Cam Glidden from getting comfortable coming off that down screen, forcing Liafa to make a decision. And for the Hawks, turned out to be the right one.
Lachlan Aldrich in the game for the Illawarra Hawks. DJ Johnson still on the bench, the next start. 18-year-old is Gary Clark in amongst the traffic. And whose ball is it?
Looks like it's staying down here.
Staying with the Hawks, came off the Breakers, came off perhaps Anthony Lamb. 9 to shoot, 4:03 left in the first quarter. Breakers legend Dylan Boucher with his wife Nikki, courtside.
Dylan Boucher caught a training this week of the Breakers, was impressed with the hustle and the heart and the fire that was shown. Exactly what you want to see from a team not playing well.
Justin Robinson with the left, Lee with the rebound, flips it up and in.
Well, good contest, but poor box out, unfortunately. And that's something the Breakers have to be aware of. This time it's Lee, not just a shooter from deep, but able to do the gritty work inside.
16-9 is the lead. Liafa goes down in the corner, trapped by Lee. Flips it up to Cam Glidden, who can't get it.
That's off Justin Robinson, who contested well as Cam Glidden was trying to free some spot. Just nothing smooth and clean offensively for the Breakers early in this one. And this is the result, to me, of Willie McDowell-White not being in there. You know, you talk about a deep team, a lot of players who are used to having the ball in their hands, but you take that player out, everything becomes more difficult.
Time winding down on that shot clock. Lamb pulled it up. And then Finn Delaney cleaned it up, and they get another 14. It's Glidden, lost the handle. Lee trying to stick with him, already been burned on a 4-point play. Lee Arthur driving. The kick out. Abercrombie needs to put it up. He does. He can't get the roll.
Oh, foul on Peatling.
Mason Peatling pushing Lamb down. And then Parker Jackson Cartwright. He needs to come in the game now for Modi Moore because the offense just is not working. Dane Keno will come in as well for Anthony Lamb. Lee Arthur sits.
You can see the lack of flow offensively those last few possessions since Parker Jackson Cartwright checked out. They'll fight it at some point, but at this point, Modi trusts one guy with the ball in his hands. That's PJC.
Left alone, too easy. Parker Jackson Cartwright just able to create with space.
And why wouldn't you trust a stroke that smooth, just nonplussed about it when he got to his spot, drains it.
Lee catches it. South Korean misses that. And there's Jackson Cartwright. Johnson's trying to stick with him. And then AJ Johnson is called for the foul, just too quick. It's PJC.
Yeah, that's not a guy you want to see coming at you on a fast break. Johnson, a fantastic athlete in his own right. But when you're coming up against the mighty smaller players with the speed, the quickness, and agility it takes on a break to stay with them, it puts you in a difficult position. That's the 5th team foul on the Hawks. And so that will send PJC to the line with 2:36 left and a chance to cut into this 5-point lead.
No McDowell-White, no Zylan Cheatham, of course, and Mantas Rimstavicius as well, because the next star for the Breakers unable to suit up through injury. So they are extremely short-handed.
But when you talk to Modi Moore, you talk to the coaching staff, they would say they have enough. Now that might be what they're telling us. They might be saying different things to the front office, saying, hey, can we get a guy? But outwardly, they're confident about their ability to get things done short-handed.
Peatling missed everything, just not the backboard. The Arthur working with Pino. And Delaney lost the handle. Another Breakers turnover.
That's number 4.
Tolbrook in the corner. Misses that 3, gets his own rebound. Pino with the rebound himself. PJC did a good job just getting underneath Holbrook. And then he fires it across to Liafa. In rhythm, for 3. Pino with a rebound. Into the corner to Parker Jackson Cartwright.
Breakers, great activity on the offensive glass, causing problems. But what isn't causing problems is this passing and ball handling. Turnover number, well, I guess that's number 4 now.
Peatling. And that is another turnover in this game. That is just the 2nd for Illawarra.
Might have to change the name of the game from Sunday Sessions to Sloppy Sundays. Everybody just dropping the ball a little bit. Nobody's looking quite clean yet. Not a lot of comfort out there on the court. Both teams really pressing each other on that offensive end to just try and find that flow. Try and get the ball in the hands of somebody who can just get a little stickiness to it. Doesn't feel so awkward in the hand.
Jackson Cartwright off the glass. Frolling cleans it up. A minute to go in this first quarter. Harvey Frolling finds the cut. AJ Johnson puts it down with 2 hands. The next star has arrived.
Well, Coach Tatum was asked about it coming in as we see a beautiful feed from that high post by Frolling and a better finish. Well, AJ Johnson going up on Dane Pinot. How do you know? Because I said so. AJ Johnson with a highlight. That is impressive. Coach Justin Tatum was mentioned that, hey, he's going to get more run. He is a winning piece for us. He's got the skills, the tool set to be an effective winning player, gets his chance and shining brightly early.
Out of Fresno, California, A.J. Johnson, just 18 years of age. You might need to shuffle up your mock drafts a little bit. Breakers almost turnover, but a hand from the Hawks there keeps it with the Breakers with 14 on the shot clock.
Yeah, interesting set against the zone. I don't think you want to set the on ball in a 1-2-2. You just want to get that catch in the high post. Don't worry about screening the guard.
Yeah, for missing that.
Breakers.
A.J. Johnson streaking down the court. Bales gives it to Harvey. So shifty is Tyler Harvey with the ball. Turnover all over Frolling. Frolling looking for a handoff. Johnson with the ball, 8 to shoot. Jackson Cartwright. There's Johnson again. Bales on the baseline. It's good defense from the Breakers down there, but the Illawarra Hawks have it. Shot clock is off. 7 to score. Here comes Bales. Goes down. It's getting comical. That's the end of the quarter. Go to ads. That's enough. Forget about it. We're done here. We've got 3 quarters of basketball, and I promise you, it will be better than what we just saw.
It's a Sunday afternoon. We mean you.
Welcome back. Am I hiding my? It is 19-12. The Hawks lead the Breakers. And at times, sloppy game of basketball as Monty beat them on the right of screen there, former Warriors captain. And we're about to get this second quarter underway.
The question is, Andrew, can we find a little less sloppiness? When is it going to get a bit smoother?
Frolling, back of the iron, Delaney with the rebound. I'm saying yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going yeah.
Absolutely, no doubt it can.
An eternal optimist. That's on my LinkedIn page. It's Pino with the left hand.
And Pino, a player hasn't gotten a lot of burn, but Illawarra has been turning to him more often in the last few weeks, and he's been delivering with solid glass play and the right spot, right time there for the finish.
Back to Robinson against Lamb, and he just got Lamb going one way, and he reached out, fouled him. And so Justin Tatum, yeah, that name is familiar. He is Deuce's granddad. He's Jason Tatum's father. And he ended up in Illawarra as a scout, I believe. Now he's found himself as a head coach. Interim tag, I think. We're on the search for a head coach.
A little bit of a pivot foot switch there by Froling.
Froling gets the nice little baby hook, though.
He's just such a powerful player down in the post. And Illawarra loves to go to the post and give him the chance to, especially against a team like this where he's got a bit of a size advantage regardless of the matchup, especially when Nethiang's out of the game.
Illawarra back in the zone again.
And the breaker's stagnant, no cuts, no movement.
Jackson Cartwright just wants to three, and Tyler Harvey can just sigh and shake his head.
No movement, no cuts, doesn't matter when Parker Jackson Cartwright hits triples like that.
Oh, AJ Johnson with the catch, and the left. Pino with another rebound.
I just outthought himself there, should have gone straight up with it, delayed it instead.
Jackson Cartwright's fouled on the drive as he flew down the court. And he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Just so tough to defend a guy like that in transitions. And we take a look at the deep three to beat the shot clock, the possession before. But in transition, he just does such a nice job of looking for bodies. His ability to go to the basket while still searching out that contact and being unaffected by the finish. Like that one, I don't think Froling did a lot wrong. You know, he's probably just jumping straight up to chase, but because of Jackson Cartwright's intelligence in transition, he's able to find that foul.
Well, there's a deeply frustrated Will McDowell-White. Spoke to him before the game. And just can't quite believe it. The shot was just starting to fall. And then another injury he has to contend with. Just the way the game goes.
Tough start for the Breakers in that sense, but every team comes across it. You've got to overcome it at some point.
Tyler Harvey missed the hoop. Yeah, hit the backboard, and the Breakers have the ball. 21-19. Blam. Felt he had the seam. He's got great footwork. He is so patient with the ball below the rim.
Well, you got to be so worried about him using a reverse because he likes it so much as Harvey comes back with a quickness.
Tyler Harvey loves a reset.
And is that triple number 300 in game number 101 for Tyler Harvey in his NBL career? Congratulations to him.
Tyler Harvey, wow.
3 a game, not too bad.
Great shooter is Tyler Harvey. 7 now. Liafa. That will be Hawks' ball.
Breakers not finding the range from deep. 2 of 10 from beyond the arc. The Hawks slightly better at 2 of 7, but both teams shooting in the 20s. Not really finding the space. It seems like they're getting forced into a lot of defended shots and instead of letting the offense do the work to find that shooter late with a little bit of space around them as Isaiah Liafa heads to the bench.
Yeah, it's a little warm and a little humid here in Auckland today.
It is moist in here, Andrew.
A little warm than linen.
Linen would have been a good call. Not the milk. The milk was a bad call.
Milk is a bad choice. Look at the t-shirt under the blazer. I like it.
But he can pull that off.
Yeah, he can. Clark misses that. Froling tracks it down.
5th offensive rebound of the game for the Hawks. Breakers has done reasonably well in that spot.
Harvey. Pino with another board.
Probably got fouled on that shot.
Probably. I think he did. Just no whistle. Here comes Abercrombie. Picked by Justin Robertson. Was that his hand that got in there? I think it was.
Take another look at Abercrombie dribble and just knocks it off. It looked like it might have gone off the leg of Abercrombie afterwards, but the quick hand by Robinson takes away a layup attempt.
Robinson was saying it came off his leg, but it is Breakers' ball. Plenty of time to work with on the shot clock. Bale's doing a good job fighting through that screen. Here's Lamb. Delaney, corner ball. Oh, Finn Delaney.
Well, that's the first time we saw the ball movement for the Breakers, being that, just pinging around the perimeter and finding the open shooter instead of dribbling into a late shot clock as the Hawks call a timeout in response. And we take another look at Finn Delaney with the corner triple tickling the twine.
That is a good timeout called by Justin Tatum. He does not need the home crowd getting back into this game. And let's go to Courtney, his two special guests with her.
Kia ora team, I'm here with Miyamoto and Lani Daniels, who will both be headlining the Fight Night Wahine Tour, both defending their world titles December 2nd up in Whangarei. But first of all, your thoughts on the Breakers game so far in the atmosphere?
Oh, it's awesome. This is the first time I've ever been to a basketball game, so that's pretty freaky. Like, it's awesome, yeah.
And Lani, now you're from Whangarei. Can we expect the same vibe at the Fight Night on December 2nd?
Oh yeah, definitely. I hope so. Anyways, this is pretty mean. It's real cool walking in and everybody's getting into it. It's awesome.
What does it mean for you to be fighting in Whangarei at home, world title defense?
It means cool ass. I don't know. It's awesome, and I'm just grateful to be a part of a cool show and just showing our young kids what's possible if you put in the mahi.
And Mia, you're from Kaitaia, so up from the north as well, but what it means to headline together?
Oh, that's amazing. I'm glad that we get to share it together. You know, two Māori Wahine tours strong from the far north. So, yeah, it makes it special, you know, and it makes it even better because that's our bloodline and we whakapapa back to there. So, you know, that's our roots and those are our stomping grounds. You ain't going to take that away from both of us.
That's it. Two Wahine Tour, 2 wins, December 2nd. I hear that it's all sold out, but you can watch on Sky Arena. A few corporate tables left. But thank you for being here. We wish you all the very, very best.
Thanks for having us.
Lee with the bucket. Good luck to Lani and Mia, two outstanding boxers. And we've got a foul on the backcourt from Bales.
We'll certainly see both offenses playing with a bit more pace and a higher level of execution here in the second quarter. Monty Beetham likes what he sees.
Monty could throw hands as well.
Not bad. Not bad, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Excellent boxing trainer. Excellent.
But I thought he trained you.
No.
Okay.
No, that was somebody else. And I'm not going to do them the dishonor of saying their name. Delaney with a crossover. Oh, the block from Albrecht is nice. Lamb.
Albrecht, excellent defensively, sticking with Delaney and using that length, making it tough to finish at the rim. Now wants it on the other side.
Hawks with the ball movement. Clark. Bales. Albrecht spinning, fires it back out. This is good from the Hawks, trying to find an option. The Breakers defense holds on that one, and they get the board.
Not bad by the offense of the Hawks. Made the Breakers bend, but they couldn't break it.
Oh. Parker Jackson, Cartwright.
He's back in the game. Remember, he's doing this with 2 fouls. If I'm the Hawks, I'm attacking him play after play. Put him in pick and roll action. Try and pick him up on that third because the Breakers offense is struggling without him on the court.
They do, and he goes underneath. Clark on the block, Delaney on his back. Left hand, the roll from Gary Clark is strong.
Just took his time there on the post. Hasn't been finding the range from deep. Has struggled with the shot so far today, but take him down to the block, use that strength, use that athleticism for the finish.
Delaney, that three is off. He's hunting for this lead. It's a 2-point advantage for the Illawarra Hawks. Here is Bales. Jackson Cartwright gets in front of him. Lee on the baseline. It rolls across the top of the rim and it's Lamb with the ball. Crossing half court. Delaney sprints to the corner. Lamb stepping through, kicks it out. Glidden. Through ball is good. Cam Glidden. Nothing but net for the Aussie Vic.
He is on fire. Keep getting in the ball. Locked in. Nice find by Anthony Lamb out of the post, drawing defenders before kicking it to the perimeter.
Breakers have the lead, 29-28. Clark again, he likes this matchup. Delaney does a good job on him, and he's just got him at the end.
That's going to be close to a shot clock violation. Did he get the shot off before the shot clock went off?
It is. It is a shot clock violation. 3 subs coming on for the Hawks now. Frolling, Pleatling, and Robinson on. Albrecht, Bales, and Gary Clark will cut off the floor. Meanwhile, the Alpha and Pino and Mango Matiang rather, on the floor. for the Breakers.
And I think Gary Clark was a bit upset about the fact that he didn't get that whistle before the shot clock, but they're saying the foul happened after the shot clock buzzer went off. So ball sticks with the Breakers, who have a chance to build on this 1-point lead after really turning things around here in the second quarter.
Jackson Cartwright's foul. Just that turn of pace. Just shifts gears so quickly. It's PJC. Even in slow-mo. Watch it here, just stepping through. Caught Lee. Caught him reaching. And he puts it up to get the shots.
He understands how to hunt contact. And a lot of players of his build, they don't want that contact. They want to use their quickness to get around. But he understands the value of the whistle for a Breakers team that has been struggling to get to the free throw line. 5th in the competition in free throw rate. Haven't been able to get there with enough consistency to make up for their lack of size at times. He's doing his best to remedy that.
This is the biggest lead of the game. As Lee takes a seat, and Harvey on the floor for Justin Tatum and the Illawarra Hawks. Harvey. Frolin on the glass. And the foul. Sam Frolin and Tyler Harvey operating on that right-hand side. Frolin does the job on the glass.
The Hawks have found a lot of success out of the on-ball when Frolin's involved in it. That time, they opened up the space for Harvey, got a good look at it, but also opened up the rebounding opportunity for Sam Frolin. Mingle Matiang stuck in no man's land between contesting and boxing out. Sam Frolin, 2nd in the league in rebounding. 8.6 is able to do the damage on the offensive glass and finish the old-fashioned three-point play with the free throw.
What I appreciate about Sam Frolin, he just rolls the low crew sock. Just there's no sleeve, there's no leg compression tight, there's nothing. There's just old school Sam Frolin champion socks, and he grabs the rebound as a result. Looking for that handoff, Swakalo bullet. Justin Robinson falling away. Another rebound, this time it's Pete Lee. Harvey for 3. Knocks it down, Tyler Harvey. Loves this building, and Modi Ma'o calls time.
Second chance opportunities. They are killing the Breakers every time it comes through. That time it ends up in the Tyler Harvey triple off the bounce. Nice ball movement to get it to him. Jackson Cartwright gambled a little bit, got himself out of position to opening up that open look for Harvey.
Timeout for the Breakers, and here's Modi.
Nobody's there! Come on! Boards down versus zone. Don't wait. You gotta go screen fast. Hey, screen and flare. And then you play the shake. If you get to the middle like this and you're open, you gotta roll faster. On hard zone. You gotta roll fucking faster after the screen. But if you don't have it, you have Anthony and Isaiah on the second side, and then you have it again back in the middle. Let it work for you, okay? That's horns down. Next play. If it's zone, we go horns down. If it's man, we go horns 3, but you steal it. So you go out, and you go all the way to the pin down. All right? Come on, rebound.
I'm picking that's the last time we'll go into the Modi Ma'o timeout on a Sunday afternoon. Brooke, what did you hear?
Yeah, I had positives rolling down the other end. I really like the timeouts that Coach Tatum is having at the moment. Doesn't spend much time at half court, so he's having full timeouts and filling it up. And guys, they have a player's coach. I can guarantee you that. Tyler Harvey makes 1-3, the next player's for him. So they want to keep that hot hand, keep that momentum rolling. It seems to me like they have a player's coach.
Tell me, Brooke, are you enjoying Justin Tatum's timeouts more than going behind him here and listening to Modi Ma'o?
Hey, man, don't throw me under the bus like that, man. I'm just happy to be here.
Lamb for 3. Nothing but net, Anthony Lamb. Ties it up at 34.
Excellent response, just good shot making. Anthony Lamb, he's been on one as of late, coming off a 20-point first half against Tasmania. He can fill it up.
Upstairs to Frolin on the baseline.
Oh, I love that misdirection, involving Harvey in that screening action, knowing that what we heard from Brooke Roscoe, that they expect that ball to get back to him. Instead, it's Frolin on his 9th point because of the beautiful back screen.
Lamb feeling it. Matiang tips it away, and we got a foul.
Oh my. Justin Robinson, he does not like that call. He wants the replay. They're not going to go to it because I think they want to keep that one in their pocket. But not a ton of contact. Thought that was pretty clean. I just thought Isaiah Liafa did not know that Justin Robinson was there. But a fortunate offensive rebound possession stays with him as we see it bounce off into the hands here of Liafa. Whoa. Breakers fortunate to keep possession there.
Jackson Cartwright now. To Abercrombie, back to Lamb. Lamb shoots the ball, and he misses it with Johnson cleaning up the rebounds. Robinson to Froling. He is doing work in the first half as Sam Froling. Just a little bit too cute to Peatling.
Yeah, I don't like the turnover, but I like the speed with which the Hawks are playing. They get into their action early. They're forcing that defense of the Breakers to adjust to them with whatever their action is early in that shot clock and playing off it. On the other end, if the Breakers get a little bit stuck early, they really are struggling against the zone, against the half-court man as well, to keep something going with a lot of momentum with that full 24 seconds.
Cartwright, Jackson Cartwright. Matiang did enough to create a problem for the Hawks, and they let it bounce out of bounds and it stays with the Breakers.
Love that work rate from the big fella. One green jersey amongst the sea of red, and he gets his hand to it to force the Hawks to bobble possession.
Lamb Froling with the blocking foul.
That's a
big freight train.
That was a lot of weight that he just wore into the chest. Jackson Cartwright pulling defenders in and straight into the chest of Sam Froling. He's just stuck out of position as he's trying to get over there. Picks up his second personal foul here in the first half. Interesting question for Coach Tatum as to whether he wants to leave him in for the final minute. I might let him sit, make sure he's available at full strength for the second half.
Lamb can tie it up at 36 if he makes both of these. No chance on that one. He's straight off the back of the iron. Anthony Lamb has found his niche in this team, and he is a strong body, can shoot the ball, nice footwork in the key. It's been a season with the Golden State Warriors, last season in the NBA. Gets the roll. And then it's Tyler Harvey. He loves running to that corner. Here's Lamb going the other way.
He's got the mismatch, he just needs to work it.
Liafa recovers it, 10 on the shot clock. Anthony Lamb. Another missed three. He's now 1 of 8 from downtown as Lamb. And then Liafa trying to fight through that screen, picks up the foul.
5 of 18 as a team are the Breakers. The Hawks down to 3 of 11 from deep. Between the two of them, I think they're averaging about 27.5%.
10-0 in the game for Matiang. Plenty of time for the Hawks. Here's Robinson. Spinning right into the heart of the Breakers defense. It falls to Clark on the other side of the rim. Harvey has it. It didn't hit the rim, so it's going to be a Tyler Harvey special, is it, with the left. Delaney almost had it. Lamb cleans it up.
Going to be the final possession of the half for the Breakers. You need to get something going at the rim, move that ball around a little bit, force this defense to react to him. Don't just want to be stagnant and attacking the defender at the point of attack.
4 until the half. Jackson Cartwright misses. Johnson from three-quarter court. And that is the first half done and dusted. It is a low-scoring affair. 36-35, it's the Illawarra Hawks who take a halftime lead after one here at Spark Arena.
You Yeah, both teams will be happy with the defensive effort, but not happy with the level of execution. They can both find much greater levels of efficiency. But let's hear what the players have to say as we go over to Brooke Roscoe, who's got Tyler Harvey with him right now.
Yeah, let's start this one with Tyler Harvey. You guys are playing good D for 22, 23 seconds, but it's just closing out those positions and keeping breakers in this ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, they're making tough shots. We're getting them down to the last 1 to 2 seconds, but we got to do better contesting.
I don't know if you know this, but Casey brought this up. You made the 303 in that quarter. And one of those threes was last time you were here, you had the game winner against the Breakers. I know you remember that, but how do you make sure you guys get the stub and it doesn't get to that point?
Yeah, we got to keep the score low. I mean, they're a high-octane team. They can score at will. So we just got to make sure we slow them down and play our game on the offensive end.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks,
and Cam Glidden makes his way in here as well. Cam, you guys had a bit of a slow first quarter, but you guys turned it around in the second. What changed?
Yeah, just our defensive intensity. I think we came out a bit slow, maybe some tired legs from the plane ride or whatever, but hoping the second half's a bit better for sure.
You found that secret juice at the moment, that three ball is falling. You feeling really good about that?
Yeah, I am, and the guys are finding me, so, but, you know, I think it's more about the defensive end right now that's going to get us over the line.
Good luck in the second. Boys.
Thank you to Tyler and Cam for their time as we head into halftime. It is 36-35. Casey and Brooke will wrap it up in a bow for you after the break.
Welcome back to round 8, the Indigenous round here at Spark Arena. It is a chess match as the Hawks go into this one up 1, 35-36. In case I know there's threes here, but it's been a tough one in terms of how teams are shooting the ball.
Well, I think both teams really struggling to find that flow. What I've liked defensively from both squads is they've been mixing up the man and the zone defense enough to keep those offenses unbalanced. but both teams are looking for their premier scorers. Parker Jackson Cartwright on one side, Tyler Harbison Fulling on the other. You put the ball in the hands of your best players, and they're getting it done just enough to keep that scoreboard ticking.
Their zone has been a big part of the first half for both sides, and one person who has been a huge part for his team, and we expect nothing less, is Parker Jackson Cartwright. But Case, we take a look at these halftime stats, and what stands out for you right here?
Well, for the Hawks, 10 assists on 14 field goals. Love the way they're moving the basketball. For the Breakers, 10 free throw attempts. That's a really good job when you're not shooting the ball well of finding a way to get that scoreboard ticking over by getting to the line.
Those three-point percentages, they are there at the moment, but fingers crossed they change for both teams in the second half. One person has filled it up, though, is this man right here, Parker Jackson Cartwright.
It's putting a lot of pressure on that back line of Hawks defenders as he basically over-dribbling to get inside the paint. And he's been forced to hit some tough shots. Defenders are all over him. There's not a lot of options. They're packing down in those passing lanes and forcing him to shoot over a hand. He's found enough efficiency to reach 14 points and dish out 3 assists, but there's going to be even more attention pushed on him in the second half.
What do you make of the shot chart as we take a quick look at this right here? Case, a bit of inside-outside. He's only taken those 3 threes as well.
Yeah, well, that's actually a little surprising for me to see that much mid-range from Parker Jackson Cartwright. He's so good at getting to the cup, but he hasn't found the space outside just as yet. I'd like to see him coming off more all balls with that two-man game with Matthew.
Well, it was a big first half for Froling as well. He's up to 9 points, but just kind of did his job. Rebounding well, was always in the right place at the right time too.
Well, that's what he does. He's a player who you don't have to worry about. He's got such great strength. The patience is so good, drawing multiple defenders before looking for his teammates. Getting the ball in those tight little crevices and still finding a way. And I've loved the way he's been working out of the high post, both as a scorer and a facilitator, where we saw that beautiful assist on the A.J. Johnson dunk earlier. And the offensive rebounding is a place where he can absolutely be a killer. 9 points, I think, 7, whatever many boards in this first half. The work he's doing in those areas, key to the Hawks getting it done. And you look at the shot chart, nothing surprising there, except for the fact this is a guy who's hit 2 out of 3 three-pointers in the season. I wouldn't mind letting him see it fly a little bit.
Hey, you make 4 or 6, you have 9 points, you get to the free throw line once, and you make that as well. You step outside and you shoot that bad boy with confidence. Now, for the Breakers, one positive sign is Anthony Lamb hasn't had the Anthony Lamb half that we expect, and they are still in this ball game.
Well, it's got to be a pretty good feeling for Muddy Moore to play poor offensively and finally have the defense step up. They're a good offensive team. The Hawks have to be over the moon with how they've affected the efficiency of this squad. But defensively, this is the best we've seen the Bakers hold the team down score-wise. Let's see if they're able to continue it here in the second half.
And what did you make of Coach Tatum in their first half, his first half as the head coach?
Looks like a team that's playing with confidence. You know, nothing against Jacob Jackamus, but sometimes a team just needs to hear a different voice, especially after that many losses. You hear a different voice, and suddenly the same message gets through.
It is a must-win for both games. The Breakers fans here are hoping for back-to-back wins. We will be back right after the break to see who wins this one this weekend.
$2,200 was raised thanks to BNZ's halftime hoopla.
Leave it to the professionals. Mine, proud sponsor of the BNZ Breakers. Tune in on air or on the Rover app.
Cities for the past 30 years joined 10,000 cardholders who are using Bartercard within their business every day to save cash and attract new customers when you want them. Visit bartercard.co.nz. That's bartercard.co.nz.
It is halftime here at Spark Arena. The Breakers down 1 against the visiting Illawarra Hawks, who have just 2 wins on the season, looking for a road win. It's been a long time between drinks. How will they get their road win? Brooke Roscoe spoke to both coaches as they walked out from halftime.
Yeah, Coach Tatum, first of all, he said he loved the energy that they played with, the freedom that they talked about in the pregame with Casey as well. He loved where that's at, but they have to close out positions, the second chance opportunities that are keeping the Breakers in this ball game at the moment, but believes they can go on and win this game in front of a raucous crowd. The second one, I'd like to play a little game with you guys. Over or under? How many words did Modi say? We'll start with 2.
Under.
I'm going unders.
Bang on, boys. Rebound's the only word that I heard from Coach Modi, so that is the objective. He spent 10 minutes telling the boys that they need a rebound.
Well, that would have been an enjoyable halftime.
I love them.
Look, the message is the message. Right now, the rebound count is 21 apiece, but 7 offensive rebounders to the Hawks. May not sound that bad considering the Breakers got 8, but it's the timeliness of those O boards. They were really punishing to the effort that the Breakers were putting together out there.
Well, the second half is going to be a Tyler Harvey half, surely. They need to lean on him again, all his experience in the NBL.
Well, game 101 started off with a little layup. Wasn't finding the range, but as that game went along, he started to play with a little bit more confidence. This is the Tyler Harvey we're used to seeing. 1 dribble pull-ups, floater game in the lane, finding his teammates, coming off the on-ball, playing with a lot of confidence. Came off the bench for the first time in his NBL career a week ago, back into the starting lineup and playing with a little bit more further, a little bit more energy here in that first half, giving the Hawks that 1-point lead. Can they capitalize on it here in the second half with 20 minutes of quality basketball? That's the question that remains to be answered.
It was a low-scoring slugfest in the first half. Both teams shooting around 33, 34%. It's 36, 35. Then go Matthew Yang and Sam Frolling, teammates a season ago. Tom Abercrombie will get us underway for the second half here, Sunday afternoon. The Kings and United after this game. What a matchup that'll be to the top of the table. It's the bottom of the table clash here. Both teams looking to improve their chances for the top 6 spot. A contested 3 to get us underway. Anthony Lamb, just his second of the game, and that will feel good for him.
Not a bad contest by Sam Frolin, but they got him starting at the point guard position here in the second half. Interesting switch up from the Hawks.
Harvey gets the up in the air, gives it to Clark. It's broken up by Lamb, who read it nicely. Jackson Cartwright. Thomason's giving him some own. Fearful of that quick first step. Abercrombie. Etienne couldn't get that. Keatley looking for the handoff. It's to Clark. Falling to Harvey. Gets the upper in the air. Out of the rim. It's falling now, backing down. Gets Metiang up in the air, and he's called for the foul as the Breakers center.
9 points, 7 rebounds now, 3 of those offensive, a couple of assists as well. Sam Frolin is just delivering right now for the Hawks. Love the footwork there with the little step through, drawing multiple defenders on the weak side of that action. Doesn't get the bucket to drop, but has a chance here to tie the game up from the free throw line. Misses the first.
He's the brother of Harry Frolin, 23 years old. And he feels like a veteran, doesn't he? He's got veteran touches around the rim. This is the second. Comes from an excellent sporting family. Great basketball family, actually. Sisters as well.
Parents, the whole squad.
The whole squad. Abercrombie losing the handle on that. Clark did a great job defensively.
They are solid defensively. The Hawks are not making mistakes. They're forcing the Breakers to beat them, and so far they're struggling.
The Harvey throwing show comes up empty there, but it's Peeling who gives them another life. Lamb pulls that down. Anthony Lamb. Peeling hawking right behind him. Wow. Gets it up and in. Wow. Anthony Lamb can't quite believe it.
Harvey coming back quickly, gets fouled, doesn't get the bucket, but will shoot two. But how about the hustle by Peeling, somehow getting a hand of the ball? I thought it was a foul. Looked like a lot of body contact from behind, as we see here. Yeah, a little bit of body contact, but all ball up top. Somehow finds the bucket. You know, it really is better to be lucky than good.
Certainly is. That foul is on Isaiah Liafa. Harvey at the line.
You know, Lamb with 5 quick points here in the second half, up to 11, looking to continue that string of 20-point ball games he's been enjoying.
He's a 94% free throw shooter, and this is that.
Missed his first free throw of the season a week ago. That makes 2. Not going to see 3. I'll be very surprised. 9 points for him now.
Breakers have this 3-point lead. They are an excellent third-quarter team this season. It's Jackson Cartwright, gives it up to Matiang, and it counts. Mango Matiang with target Jackson Cartwright slipping. And he gives it up.
Jackson Cartwright is just putting so much pressure on the defense as we see the foul from Peeling from behind. Justin Robinson's doing a solid job, but he attacks again, attacks a third time till he gets around. And that backline of defense has to rotate over. Peeling doesn't get in front to take away the pass and opens up a 3-point play opportunity for Matiang here.
This is that. Breakers lead is 5. Froling playing this point.
Interesting little change-up by the Hawks, allowing their guards to go to the wings and have Froling initiate things without that pressure.
Froling.
Shoot the ball, Sam. He is now 3 for 4 on the season from deep. Get the ball in his hands and let him go to work. Sam Froling, 12 points. He is going to town today.
Jackson Cartwright in and out. Froling with another board. Rebound number 10 for him. Double-double for Sam Froling.
Shoot it again.
Constantly working as Sam Froling.
Breakers doing a better job of gang rebounding here. Multiple green jerseys on the defensive glass chasing possession.
Jackson Cartwright. Lamb for 3.
Penetration of the paint is opening up those opportunities from outside, but a good job by Peeling to stay with Lamb as a shooter. Tyler Harvey baits Thomas Abercrombie into a foul.
Harvey will sit.
Sam Froling, Mason Peeling, and Tyler Harvey all to the bench. Sam Froling's a guy I might leave out there. 12 points, 11 rebounds, and everything running through him here in the third quarter.
Dan Greta in the game, as is Will Hickey. Dan Greta, unmistakable mullet.
I'm a little disappointed he took a bit off the bottom.
This loses the handle here. Lamb comes away with it. Liafa back to Lamb. It's Delaney. Fires it between Jackson Cartwright and Liafa. Look at the Hollywood seats here at Spark Arena.
But that's the ball movement you got to look to find. I like the way that it's exhibiting around the perimeter there, from side to side. That's the way you want to make a defense bend. But again, a careless turnover. They clamped down on them since that first quarter where they had 4, only 5 in the game. But those are the ones that kill the runs that they're trying to put together.
Liddon into the lineup now for the Breakers. Abercrombie takes a seat. Hickey on the baseline, surrounded. Kicks it out, Greta. Nice catch from Gary Clark. It puts it up and in.
Beautiful entry pass, and Gary Clark does the rest. A patient possession from the Hawks there. Really trying to attack the mismatches in the post.
Nice from the Hawks. Tied it up at 42 here in the third. Lamb, the defense from Greta. Patience though from Anthony Lamb. Gets them up in the air. Can't get the roll. Tim Delaney can't get the offensive rebound. Here comes Robinson. Clark for three. Liafa comes away with a rebound. Delaney looking for Cam Glidden. Jackson Cartwright. Looking for someone to cut. Finds Liafa, 7 to shoot. Jackson Cartwright going downhill. Justin Robinson ties him up. 2 shots coming up for the Breakers point guard.
I think the Breakers pretty fortunate there as well. Jackson Cartwright able to find activity. I thought that foul was before he picked it up, but there we see it late as he's trying to gather. What I like from the Hawks defensively right now is they're guarding everything one-on-one. They're not asking for that extra help on the back line. And without those rotations coming through, the Breakers are struggling to find those cleaner shots at the end of possessions right now, doing an excellent job of taking their assignment and working their way through it in the entirety of the possession.
That's Justin Robinson's third foul. He sits. Wiley Bales is out there with Swakala Bullock.
Justin Robinson just 1 for 4 from the field in his minutes. 4 assists though. That's his 9th game this year with at least 4 assists. Hasn't been able to stroke the ball the way you would expect.
Justin Tatum going with his bench unit here with 4:54 to go in this third quarter. He's gone deep into the bench as well. And OJ Johnson out there in this second half. Nice cameo for the next start in the first half. Swakala Bullet knocks down that 3. No energy in the building for Spark Arena at the moment.
Well, the Breakers dared him to shoot it, went under the screen and gave him plenty of time. He nails it, now a 2-point lead. Back to the zone that has stagnated the Breaker offense.
Glidden for 3. Nice kick out from Finn Delaney. And the Aussie has another one. It's 10 for Cam Glidden.
Has not missed a shot. 3 for 3 from the field. All triples, 1 for 1 from the line. He is on one today.
Read the passing lane.
And a steal. This is a late career highlight. Cam Glidden put it together.
Defensive masterclass from the sharpshooter. Jackson Cartwright. Liafa clears some space.
Oh, does it just a great look that you expect Liafa to hit. Unable to get it. And the Hawks still right where they want to be, mismatching the post with Clark. Couldn't get it to him in time.
Poked away. Jackson Cartwright got a hand to it. Glidden comes away with it.
Hawks are really trying to punish Jackson Cartwright in the post here in this third quarter.
Anthony Lamb looking to back down Hickey. Delaney for 3. Breakers are not shooting the ball well from deep. 7 of 25. Bales. Good defense from Lamb. Bales wanted the call, unforthcoming. Here comes Delaney. Hickey just couldn't match the jump on Finn Delaney. We got a timeout from Justin Tatum and the Hawks. Breakers rest the lead back in this game. They lead 48-45.
Bales forced the action in the semi-transition, opening up the one-on-one opportunity for Finn Delaney on the break to stretch that lead to 3. The Hawks doing so much good offensively, just need a little bit more patience against that Breakers defense in the half court.
Shot selection is not. You got me? I understand what you guys trying to do, but we got to either capitalize on it or move it to somewhere else. You got me? And also we got to make sure we find the mismatches when we can, and make sure you're an outlet for somebody when they're stuck. So flash high and be an outlet for them. But we can't go back and forth here. We got to find a way to stop them and slow them down. And this is the time right now. So I gave you the time to get it together. We come into floppy, be aggressive, look inside. If not, you'll be ready on the opposite side. fellas, let's get back into this game and get control of it. Together.
48-45, Justin Tatum through 2.5 quarters of basketball. Has a job on his hands here. Cam Glidden coming off the bench again. Courtney Tidy had her ears on that timeout for the Breakers. Coco, what'd you hear?
That's right, I sure did. The first thing that happened, Tom Abercrombie said to the team, keep communicating to each other. Moody, he's not happy with the fouls and the rotation. He wants them to sharpen up on that and really be aggressive heading into the break.
Frolling. Bale's given space, knocks that down.
Great response. His coach challenges him about his shot selection the last play. He comes out, has the open look, and does the right thing, knocks it down when he gets the opportunity.
Bale's all over Jackson Cartwright at the other end. Gets it back, jab step, pulls the trigger, front of the rim. Breakers now 7 for 26 from deep. Just 27%. One of the best three-point shooting teams in the league are the Breakers. Throwing underneath, going to work.
Just too much strength for James Renaud down there. Takes him straight down to the block, gets an excellent position, and then shows the versatility with the soft touch on the reverse with the left hand. Impressive defensively from the Hawks out of that timeout. They have picked it up a stretch.
Certainly have. What a look. And it is rewarded with some great defense. Turning the ball over are the Breakers again.
Breakers are content to have that ball sit on one side of the court. Some of their best offense today is when that ball has zipped through hands, kick it around the perimeter, force the defense of the Hawks to rotate. They just have not gotten into that rotation with a lot of consistency here today. It's allowed that second line to just stand there, plant their feet, and make it difficult to penetrate.
Just the 6th turnover for the Breakers in this game. 10 for the Hawks. Ulbrich back out there. And a foul on the Alpha. That is his third.
Not a bad gamble on that one. Liafa, of course, one of the Breakers' better defenders. One of the reasons they lead the league in steals at over 8 a game.
Here's Robinson. And it stays with the Hawks. Harvey. Falling. With the challenge, Sam Froling. My goodness, Sam Froling is having a game here.
He's not doing it with his mouth, he's doing it with his game, but he's saying Dan Pinot can't guard me. Give me that ball, get out of the way, and I'm going to get to where my spot and get the ball in the bucket.
16 points, 11 rebounds for the Aussie centre. From Delaney. Good defense, but it falls to Jackson Cartwright. He can't get it to go down. And it's Froling again, cleaning it up. Lee. Ulbrich fires it to Robinson in the corner. Still plenty of time, 10 on the shot clock. Ulbrich. 6 to shoot now. Tyler Harvey loves an end of shot clock situation. The runner with the left is good.
So smooth. He's just so smooth. When he's at his best, it looks so effortless. Up to 11 points now for Tyler Harvey.
Hawks have been superb out of that Tatum timeout. 53-48. Delaney misses. Pinot with the rebound. Liafa for 3. Knocks it down. Draws it to 2.
Dane Pinot with a little get back on this end, working his tail off on the offensive glass the last couple of possessions. That leads to the second chance opportunity as Liafa cuts it to 2.
Third quarter set to expire. And it will be the Hawks with a 2-point lead, 53-51. And we'll be back after the break at Spark Arena.
What other celebrities do we have tonight? Macaulay Culkin. It's Christmas time, so there it is. Hey, Macaulay. Do the pose, Macaulay. I'm sure there's others in the house as well. I saw queuing up. It's not great enough. Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston. Get here, ladies and gentlemen. There she is. Oh, he's been controversial. It's John Oliver. John Oliver, where are you tonight? Jimmy! That's right, the real winner of the bird of the century, Zakia. Thanks to all our celebrities for being here tonight. All right, we've got one more. That's all our celebrities for this evening. We have the 2 degrees.
10 minutes to go in this Indigenous round game between the Hawks and the Breakers. Brooke Rusco, what did you hear from the Hawks timeout? Excuse me, quarter break.
Yeah, a couple of clear messages in that one right here. We have to close out the game the way they've been doing it. Loves the energy, loves the effort, but it's fool's gold to think that the Breakers will continue to miss these 3 balls at the moment. Outside of Cam Glidden, they are 5 of 24 from 3, so continue to run them off, and you have to close out the positions. They've talked about this all game long. If they do continue to miss the 3 ball, they have to tidy it up and not give these Breakers a second chance. That's from the Hawks side. Courtney, what did you hear?
Well, Brooke, funny you mentioned the threes. Their whole plan for this one is to find Anthony Lamb. No surprises there. They want to open him up on the threes and get the ball to him. Coach Moody, he said, this is it. This is the time. This is it. Get your rebounds. Go hard. This is it. Use the energy from this crowd and bring it home.
Lamb, this is that. Take a team. Breakers 8 for 28 now, 29%. Robinson challenging Lamb, and as an offensive foul. Anthony Lamb with tremendous presence to get out of that defensive charge circle and draws the foul.
Well, did his work defensively early with the quick rotation, and he's well planted as Justin Robinson tries to take off and do it feet outside the charge circle. Looks like a good call there on the Harvey Norman replay.
4th foul on Justin Robinson, so he'll have to sit.
Been a struggle for him today. Hasn't been able to find much offensively, just 1 for 5 from the field, those 4 assists, 2 points total.
Delaney and Tyler Harvey with the foul on the drive.
Of course, it's been a bit of a struggle for everybody out there on the court offensively today.
Well, Parker Jackson Cartwright, he has been really well guarded by Kawali Bales. He has been all over. He's accepted the challenge.
Yeah, that's it exactly. He's accepted the challenge. They are not afraid to guard him one-on-one, and that backline has been helpful when it needed to be.
Abercrombie, can he save his own rebound? He can't. He did right into the Hawks. Hello, Bullock.
Good hustle by Abercrombie to get back in and take away that fast break opportunity.
Harvey. Clark on the face-up. Look at Pinot. Delaney with the board.
Great rotation by the Breakers out of that mismatch in the post. Without talking about it, they got it done. Good hand, Gary Clark.
Look at the strip. Stays with the Breakers.
Anthony Lamb disagrees, thinks that's not ball. We'll take a second look at it here as Gary Clark comes in, and that's a lot of basketball. A little bit of hand late, but a lot of ball first. Great anticipation. And they're just making the Breakers work for everything. There is nothing easy offensively for either team today. The corporate DJ is killing it.
certainly is. Slice of heaven remixed. Unreal. I didn't get a chance to Shazam that. Parker Jackson Cartwright gets it to drop.
Well, he's going to have to take a little bit on his shoulders. He's been looking for his teammates for a lot of this game, but in this last 8 minutes, I see that ball coming out of his hands with regularity as he tries to take this Breakers unit home.
Five now on the shot clock. Tino down there on the ground. Bales gets it back, puts it up. Tino with the rebound.
And Pano gets his hands on the ball, gets his knees on the floor, then gets the rebound. What a hustle.
Lamb driving on Clark. Off the glass and one.
Strong. He looks off Thomas Abercrombie on that drive. It would have been a wide open look, and he knew why. He had the shot he wanted. He had that space to perform. One of the few times he hasn't had multiple defenders coming at him. Gary Clark doesn't get the help. Instead gets pinged with the whistle, and back-to-back buckets by the Breakers, giving him a 2-point lead and a chance here for Lamb to put him up 3.
Tatum going back to Greeter. In the rotation in the second half, Froling out there now. Just to see if they keep Froling out there for the rest of the game with 7:37 to go. Breakers now have a 3-point lead. Clark. Delaney holding his ground. Clark falls away off the glass. Gary Clark.
Nice response from him today. He's looked really comfortable in that low block. Regardless of who the Breakers are putting on him, he's been able to get that shot off pretty easily.
And we've got a foul on the Parker Jackson Cartwright drive.
And Bales gets called for that one. Not going to temper his aggressiveness, no, just his second personal foul, so plenty of room for him to get in there. And back to the zone go the Hawks.
Jackson Cartwright with the ball. One of the fastest Breakers ever to 200 points for the club through just 10 games. It is 15 in this game to get it. He now has 20 on that 3. And the Breakers lead is 4.
5 points in the quarter. He's starting to take over. Also, that was the 4th foul on the Hawks. Breakers shooting free throws for the rest of the quarter. Got to stay aggressive.
Jackson Cartwright leading the league in scoring. Harvey from downtown!
Oh, he loves it. Oh, he loves it. Jason Tatum,
Justin Tatum just turned around.
He hit that with a no, yes.
He certainly did. Lamb with Greeter on him.
Yeah, Daniel Greeter hustling out there, not making it easy as Peatling and Lee look to check back in the ball game. Tyler Harvey checks out of the game right after hitting that 3. That's a bit surprising.
Yeah, he can't quite believe it. Gary Clark out there as well. And that is Hawks ball. Breakers turn it over.
Tyler Harvey very surprised to be on the bench.
He couldn't believe it. Gary Clark can't quite believe it either. Here's Tyler Harvey. He just needed a 15-second break because he's back in the game in the next dead ball. And now they're going to review this.
Well, that was certainly tipped, but is that the FIBA rule where if there's no possession?
You can't challenge. This is a learning moment for Justin Tatum's coaching career at this level.
But yeah, they're not letting Tyler Harvey check back in the ball game. There's definitely been multiple seconds come off the clock. He's allowed to check back into the game. As we take another look at the tip here, Greeter trying to tip it across. Looks like Panu gets his hands on it. And that's been sussed. Tyler Harvey back in the game. Greeter sits.
Now Harvey is out there. Jackson Cartwright. To Tano. Tano with the left, can't get it to go.
Good defense by Froling to challenge without fouling there. Make it a tough shot.
Hawks can take the lead on this Harvey shot. Oh, it's Delaney with a big rebound.
Well, it's all about rebounds down the stretch. We heard Modi Moore, that was his focus at halftime, but that's certainly the key at the end of the game.
Lamb trying to power his way in. That will go to the breakers.
Ooh, that looked like a lot of days to go on that one. Wonder if this one isn't one they're gonna challenge on this. They're gonna take a look at it, see if it's challengeable. Cano hits it low. Look at, we did see Lee get in there late on the side. Nice call by the officials. Doing better than the job than I did.
All right, Glidden, quick trigger. Finally misses one. Breakers with a slender 1-point lead. Modi Moore will call timeout. They make the shot. Oh, Lee got absolutely smashed. Anthony Lamb taking a 3-point shot.
Well, he got basketball first, but then on the follow-through is when he got the arm. So it started off clean, but instead, could it be 3 free throw attempts for Lee?
And you can see Lamb here, got him on the body. And so Modi Moore and the Breakers were trying to call a snooze timeout. They do indeed get a snooze timeout, so it will be Hawks shots coming up after this timeout. 58 rather. Breakers up 1. So 59-58 with this timeout here. This game is evenly poised, and we talked about this, Casey, with Tyler Harvey. Brooke alluded to it. You don't want to get to that situation, but Tyler Harvey is just a guy who loves a moment.
I've seen this script before. I've seen this script before. I've seen it in this building by this team. A team sticking around with a team that is probably a little bit better than them, that they probably don't have the talent of. But they've been sticking tight the entire night, playing excellent defense, and that's what's been most impressive. The offense just enough. But they've held the Breakers, the most efficient team in the league. They've been first in field goal percentage to just shooting 34% from the field today and 29 from 3. That is a fantastic job by this Hawk squad on a short amount of time to prepare with Jason Tatum. Or Justin Tatum, too.
59-58. Modi Moore with the Breakers calling timeout. It will be 3 shots coming to Lee. Hit by Anthony Lamb taking that 3 ball. Brooke Rusko, he's got a little bit from the Hawks timeout for us.
Yeah, I love the timeout because I absolutely agree with it. Someone needs to take over this ball game. This game is on the hunt for someone to take over, have their fingerprints all over it with 5 minutes and 17 to go. He highlighted a couple Breakers players as well, and Jackson Cartwright, we've seen what he's done, and we know what Lamb can do and he can get it going. But on the other side, Robertson hasn't got it going yet, and this stadium right here knows cometh the hour, cometh the man. Can Harvey step up too? So he's on the hunt for somebody to have their fingerprints all over this bad boy and close it out.
Coco, what did you hear from Modi and the Breakers timeout?
Well, he told PJC just to take a breath, trust in the plays and trust in the process. He put Liapa in for Glidden, but he said defense on everything, bring it home.
Lee taking his 3rd foul shot here. Hasn't missed all season. He is automatic from the line on those 3, so 61-59. Barry Clark back in the game.
Back to the zone as well. The Hawks have had a lot of success with it.
Stays with the Breakers. Both teams desperate for a win here.
What a week it would be for the Hawks. All the turmoil they've been going through. These players fighting hard for a win, just haven't been able to find it.
Delaney with the up fake, didn't bite on it. And that is Hawks ball.
Well, saying off the leg of Delaney, Gary Clark, excellent defensively, didn't go for the fake, and look at him stay in, uses the body to get it off. And that looked like it was off Clark to me, but a couple of those have gone the other way today for the Breakers.
Clark. Lee. Tano with the defense.
Tano has been huge down the stretch. The hustle has been exactly what the Breakers needed, just enough to retain possession there. Hawks gotta like this matchup.
In and out. Trolling with a nice closeout.
Almost got a hand on it, nearly blocked. Excellent use of his length there defensively.
And gets another foul on him. As Lamb's third foul here. Tyler Harvey on the drive.
Lamb's been susceptible to that crossover a couple of times. He's got caught out against the quick backcourt of the Hawks, trying to defend a little bit out of position.
Third team foul for the Breakers. 4:19 to go. Clark. Lee. He goes down. Delaney takes his chocolates.
I'm not sure what that play was, but somehow the Breakers come back with it. Lee closes out well, takes away that space. It doesn't allow BJC to get the shot off.
Hesitation. Lamb in the corner. Knocking down that shot. Lamb with some mint sauce for another three.
Maybe the most patient possessions of the night as we get a break here for the Muppets to get out on the court a little bit. But a really nice job of Parker Jackson Cartwright multiple times finding that. And then Liafa gets into the paint, draws three defenders in there. Lamb all by himself, drops it in. A little short of 20 today, but he's still on 17.
6 of 19 is Anthony Lamb from the floor, 3 of 13. Well, they have taken away the two ball from Anthony Lamb. The drive has been very well defended.
Only 2 breakers with more than 10 shots today. Jackson Cartwright 6 of 14, as you mentioned. Lamb 6 of 19.
Breakers now have the lead on that three. 62-61. 3:30 to go. Robinson lost the handle.
Wow, unfortunate timing there. He said it was a kick, but it looked like it came off his own foot.
And wants it in the post with Harvey. Doing a good job of trying to front him.
But they can't get the ball to him.
Jackson Cartwright needs to create something. Goes for 3. And that's going to be Breakers' ball. Gary Clark couldn't corral the rebound.
Well, easiest offensive rebound that team got all day long. Nobody on the glass, just bounces awkwardly. And after the excellent defense on the Parker Jackson Cartwright heave, stays with the Breakers.
I mean, that kind of game for the Breakers, the Hawks just don't seem to have had the rub of the green with those 50-50 calls. Delaney trying to get Clark up, he does not bite. Liafa poked away by Pino, but it falls to Clark. Gary Clark does a really good job defensively.
Just so little at the rim for the Breakers here in the second half. The Hawks really stingy defensively, holding the Breakers to 34% from the field.
Modi Moore going with Dane Pino at the 5. Here down the stretch, Frolling misses that. Frolling felt like he might have got a lot of contact on the body.
Pino has responded so well from those first couple of buckets of the half by Frolling.
Robinson poked it away, plenty of time, 10 seconds. Liafa pulling up to the left.
Oof. That was easy on the backboard. Neither team able to find the range. They're creating decently, but these bend but don't break defensive assignments from both teams are really forcing some shot making to happen that just isn't coming to fruition.
Here's Harvey looking to shoot. Left hand high off the glass as the buzzer expired.
The kiss off the glass to take the 1-point lead, and the back and forth affair comes back. Hawks back to the man.
Jackson Cartwright hanging, he can't get it to go down. Lee with the rebound. Hawks with the lead now of 1. 1:26 to go in this game. It's Robinson with the ball. Driving with the left and 1.
Justin Robinson, just his second bucket of the ball game. 4 points on the night now, and the Breakers down 3. First it was Tyler Harvey, with the floater. It's the finger roll, kissing off the glass, and then a similar drive, a similar attack, a similar result. The import guards for the Illawarra Hawks coming up big down the stretch.
Another snooze timeout. The Hawks, 65-62, have this lead.
Well, the Breakers are going to have to look for a three, but they're just shooting 10 for 35 from the three-point line today. They've nearly doubled up the three-point shot attempts of the Hawks, but just not without finding that efficiency that we're used to seeing from as we take a look at the ladder. Not much in it between the Breakers and Hawks right now. Both teams desperate to put some distance between themselves in that 10th spot. The winner will do so. Of course, don't forget we got that top of the table crash up next. The United versus Sydney.
And that is a must-see game over on ESPN. United up against the Kings. Who you got on that game?
That's an excellent question. I'm going to go with United. I like the way they've been playing this year. The Kings have been a little bit more up and down.
So the Breakers with 77 seconds on that Justin Robinson drive.
Are they going to be able to force their will on this defense? The Hawks have just accepted everything. They've gone with a defensive lineup on this possession. Bales, Swakalo Bullock, a lot of defense on that perimeter right now. Back to the man.
Tatum will take a timeout if the Breakers make a bucket here. Lamb. Knocked down the three, and he will take that timeout now.
Wow. Anthony Lamb. He had that first look. I was surprised he didn't take it. Got Gary Clark up off the ground. Instead, respaces, relocates on the perimeter. Jackson Cartwright finds him, and he puts up the moon ball. Nothing but net. 20 points on the day for Lamb. Once again, the streak continues. No bigger triple in the ball game than that one right there.
4 of 14 from downtown. He does not care for the 10 he's missed, because that is a big shot with 1:02 to go in the game. Justin Tatum in his first game as a professional head coach in the NBL, coaching up a storm here.
How about that line for Lamb overall? 20 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals. Touching it all, affecting the game in all facets. Harvey and Froling, 16 apiece, the only double-figure scorers for the Hawks. It has been a battle, somewhat of attrition, as both teams are just trying to wear each other out. Not a lot of mistakes in the choices of what they're doing offensively, but neither team has really been able to influence the defense to a great degree. They've been forced into shots they don't really want to take. Is that going to be the case down this final minute?
65-65. Justin Robinson with the rock. Gary Clark out there, Froling, Harvey and Lee. Abercrombie, Lamb, Lee Arthur, Delaney, Jackson Cartwright for the Breakers. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Harvey with the ball. Abercrombie working hard on defense. 5 to shoot. Harvey with the right hand. Putting up with the left. Can't get it. Oh, Gary Clark, they left him alone. Gary Clark punches it down with the right hand.
That's athletic. What a finish. Gary Clark again. 11 points now. Breakers don't call a timeout. They're going with it.
No box out. Here comes Parker Jackson Cartwright. Lamb for 3. Lee Arthur can't get the rebound.
Got a foul. Got a foul. They have to foul now. They have 3 to give. They don't know it. They have to foul immediately.
No whistle. And there is the Lamb foul. And that burned a lot of time off the clock.
And still got to get 2 more. Just the 3rd foul of the quarter. The Hawks, remember, with over 6 minutes left, were at 4 fouls. The Breakers have failed to get a foul called on them since then, have not gotten to the free throw stripe. And that's the 4th on Anthony Lamb there as well. What a finish by Gary Clark.
Just don't want to get a foul before the ball is inbounded too.
Second that gets in, they have to foul immediately.
Then they have to foul again. Now Modi Moore would like a timeout after the next play. They get Lee. Burns a fraction of a second off. Now that's the 4th foul. And they think it's shots. It must be 4 fouls. Everybody is looking a little confused. They all thought that was the 4th team foul. There's 14 fouls on the Hawks, but there's only 3 on the Breakers. So yeah, we will have another inbounds play.
Another couple of fouls. They put on about 0.6 on the clock as well. We're just back to 9.9.
Lee.
Oh, that's off Lee's hand. That's off Lee's hand.
Came off Lee's hand.
The officials don't see it. They're going to have to talk about it.
They're going to have to check it.
What a job by Parker Jackson Cartwright, but that is... Oh, Jackson Cartwright gets it late. They're going to go to the replay. And on that angle, it looks like it's off Parker Jackson Cartwright. They're taking a good look at it in the slow-mo now. It is close. Obviously, Lee hits it first. Jackson Cartwright gets it there, but whose hand does it come off last? Is that Lee's finger at the very end on the ball? It does look like it. They're looking at it in super slow motion next to me right now. This is a tense moment. Everything in the game right here.
Huge for the Breakers here. Huge for the Hawks as well. Did it come off the fingertip of Lee's right hand, or is it Jackson Cartwright's?
I mean, it looks like Lee's right finger touches it after Jackson Cartwright touches it last. They're looking at an opposite baseline angle in super slow motion now, trying to get that shot of it. Decision is made, and the ball is going to the... Stays with the Hawks.
Stays with Illawarra.
I just don't think there was enough on the replay to overturn that.
They're going to put 8.8 on the clock.
Fortunate break for the Hawks. One more chance for the Breakers to steal that inbounds pass.
8.8 is on there. Robinson to Clark. Need to foul him. And now they'll check when that foul was called as well.
I don't know, 0.3. So the Breakers are going to have just under 7 seconds left as Gary Clark can hit 2 and put this game on ice.
Gary Clark is a 74% foul shooter, and he has not shot foul shots tonight. Huge shots coming up for the Illawarra Hawks and Gary Clark. Justin Tatum in his debut as an NBL coach.
Ice water.
Gary Clark. No sweat. Knocks them both down. And that is a heartbreaker for the Spark crowd here. A 4-point lead for the Hawks.
Phenomenal response by this Hawk squad. Had a coaching change this week. They've had a disappointing season, but it just takes one win to turn things around, and it hasn't been pretty today. It's been a grind, it's been gritty.
Well, the Breakers average 100 points a game.
Averaged, because they ain't going to be there any longer.
Yeah.
With the they were coming into the game, they were the #1 field goal percentage shooting team in the league at 47.6%. What about the job the Hawks have done on them defensively? Held them to 33% overall, just 22 for 66 from the field. That is just a phenomenal effort. Of course, I think a lot of this for the Breakers does come down. No Will McDowell-White. They don't have that connector. They don't have that guy that they can rely on to keep offense going when Parker Jackson Cartwright doesn't have the ball in his hands. And that offense has looked extremely sticky at times. There's Will McDowell-White looking on.
Also no Zion Cheatham as well. He's due to come back round 12. He's got a broken foot. So the Breakers walking out there with Delaney Lamb, Jackson Cartwright, Abercrombie, and Leafa.
Gonna have to be a quick 3. A lot of shooters out there that the Breakers have trust in.
Jackson Cartwright trying to find Abercrombie. Jackson Cartwright needs to put it up. He does. It's short. And that will be Hawks ball with 0.2 to go in the game. We'll just find out exactly how many fractions of a second will be added here, but that is game for the Hawks. They have come away with a tremendous road win. The last road win they had was in this building in January. NBL23, Tyler Harvey hit it with a heel on the logo. And that is game. The Hawks win on the road at Spark Arena. It's all smiles for Justin Tatum and the Illawarra Hawks. What a defensive effort it has been. 69-65.
Well, this is exactly the kind of game that the Hawks were struggling to win, doing just enough the entire game to stay in it, but unfortunately weren't closing the door at the end of the game. Today, they got that done. And they got it done with defense. Fantastic on the defensive end, forced 8 turnovers, as I mentioned, held the Breakers to shooting 33% from the field, only sent them to the line 14 times. A tremendous effort on that side of the ball, and helped along offensively by Tyler Harvey with 16 points, 13 from Gary Clark, then the double-double from Sam Froling with 16 points and 12 rebounds. Sam Froling, he's your player of the game, your Foot Locker player of the game on the day.
What a performance from this Hawks team. It does not matter that they were in last place. They made the call, and it's proven to be the right one after jettisoning their coach. And it will be
1-0 now, right?
the Breakers who applaud this Spark Arena crowd who turned out to watch the Sunday afternoon hoops, but they didn't get the result they wanted. After an impressive win in Tasmania on Thursday night, they fall to the Hawks here in this Indigenous round game. And our Foot Locker player of the game is Sam Froling. He's with Brooke.
Sam Froling, big game from yourself. You had 16 points, 12 rebounds as well. You're walking a little bit ginger there, but that is a huge win for you boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's massive. You know, it's been a crazy week for us. So for the boys to come out and respond before we go into this feed break was huge.
Run us through that week. Obviously a brand new coach. What's it like playing under him? He looks like a real player's coach.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's got such a good energy about him. And his thing, the whole thing was just us. We need to bring that energy as well. Come from the group instead of the staff. And I think we did a good job of that tonight.
One of the leaders of the group, I saw you guys all huddled together and you had a lot to say. What did you say in that huddle?
I mean, it's just, you know, that this was a fresh start for us. 1-0 basically now. And we just got to keep chipping away for the rest of the season.
How do you keep that momentum rolling? Obviously, big win, you get that monkey off the back, struggled to get road wins, but how do you keep this momentum now?
I mean, we got a break now. We got a bit of practice to get a better feel for the changes we made. And then just the trust in each other, keep going.
Hey, congratulations, big game from you, big win.
Just the 3rd win of the season for the Illawarra Hawks. And we'll take a break. We'll come back and wrap it all up for you after that.
The BNZ Breakers will be doing a public signing. If you want to be involved, make sure you exit the venue and queue back up at door B. And all the BNZ Breakers will be there to sign. So thank you for your support all season long.
Big road win for the Illawarra Hawks. They managed to get a 69-65 grind fest over the Breakers here at Spark Arena, and it is a tough pill to swallow for Parker Jackson Cartwright and the Breakers. Parker is with our Brook right now.
Jackson, as always, big game from you. You guys had chances to win that ball game, but just couldn't close it out there at the end.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, we got some people down, and they were hungry. They came in here. You know, they played hard. They got a new coach, so, you know, they really wanted this one, and credit to them, but it's tough.
They did a good job of making this one a scraping one, getting you guys away from your ball game in terms of how much you normally score. You normally sit around that 100-point game, and you're only at 65 tonight. But there are always positives in ball games. What did you take from today's game?
I thought we fought. Like, you know, guys stepped up, but obviously it wasn't enough, so that's all it is.
Wow, I love that. Congratulations. Good luck on the next game.
Thank you.
Well,
Parker Jackson Cartwright is lethal with the ball in hand, but he got few looks that were clean like that.
Well, you see how many defenders he's looking at when he's got the ball at the top. He's able to hit a couple of tough threes, but overall, he just wasn't able to find that efficiency because he had no freedom of movement. The Hawks did an excellent job of making sure that second defender was always there, making things tough. 20 points on the night, excellent job. 5 rebounds, 6 assists leading the way there. But a tough night from the field at 6 for 17 is one of the issues of the Breakers tonight.
Poor shooting for the Breakers. They were not good from downtown. Usually that is their strength. Tonight it was their weakness. Just 33% from the floor, Casey. And the Illawarra Hawks, they usually shoot around 41%, but to get 43% on the road after a coaching change, that's good.
And for me, the key was their inability to get to the free throw stripe in the last 5 minutes of the game. They had the Hawks in bonus, and those last 5 minutes were not able there. There we see the ladder. Hawks now get off the bottom with the Breakers tied up. But there's United Kings at the top. That game's coming up next, Moles.
It certainly is. Can't wait to see that game. United and Kings. The league takes a break for 11 days and will be back on Thursday, November 30th. The Breakers will host the Adelaide 36ers in Christchurch. Until then, enjoy that matchup that's coming next on ESPN.